Welcome inside Castle Coliseum for this year's women's basketball ACC season opener. Pitt Panthers come to Blacksburg to take on the undefeated 5-0 Virginia Tech Hokies. And my name is Shaakir Janmohammad. I'm joined by Andy Loce for the call today. And Andy, let's just go ahead and jump into it. Virginia Tech Hokies, a stunning start for them, and they're looking to capitalize on what was a strong season last year, ending in fourth.
Of course, the Virginia Tech Hokies have come out and dominated non-conference play, Shaq. It's been a great start to their season. They scored at least 70 points in every single game this season, and they've dominated their opponents. Now, it's time to go into ACC play. This year in women's basketball, we're getting a little special treat. There's going to be 2 more games into the conference slate than there usually are from previous years. So Virginia Tech and Pittsburgh, they're going to have to go down a longer road this season. Virginia Tech, though, they look really good, and they look great with Elizabeth Kittley. She's averaging over 18 points per game this season for the Hokies, on top of the 13 rebounds per game she's averaging as well. She's the national leader in double-doubles, Shaq. It's going to be hard to stop her tonight if you're the Pittsburgh Panthers.
That's true, and that is coming out of a non-conference performance, though, where they have steamrolled their way. We'll have to see if that type of performance can hold up as they enter into the ACC. For Pitt, though, on the other hand, they have not had the strongest history in the ACC play. They finished bottom last year. They've never won an ACC opener. They're 0-7 all time, but they have a little bit of magic this year that they think can get them started on the right path.
Well, yes, this Pitt Panther team, when they came into the ACC, they were a team that was getting into the tournament. The last 2 years, though, a combined 3-31 conference record, Shaakir. It hasn't been the greatest 2 years for them. They're 0-7, like you mentioned, so they look to turn around today in Castle Coliseum. You look at that Day and Shay show that we were talking about in our pregame stand-up. DeShannon Harris, I mean, she's averaging 11.7 points per game on top of the 8 rebounds she's had. She scored double figures in the last 11 contests for the Pittsburgh Panthers. And then Jayla Everett. We're going to say her name a lot for Pittsburgh. She's averaging over 20 points per game, over 30 minutes. The offense works around Jayla Everett. And those 2 scorers are going to have to get going tonight if the Panthers are going to have any shot to dethrone the Hokies.
Yeah, it's a tall task ahead for Lance White and the rest of the Pitt Panthers. And Jayla Everett, she looks strong to the task. Pitt Panthers and the Virginia Tech Hokies getting started up here soon inside Castle Coliseum. We'll be back for tip-off in just a few moments. Welcome into Castle Coliseum. Just moments away from tip-off here for the women's basketball ACC season opener for Virginia Tech. The Pitt Panthers have come inside to play them in Blacksburg. My name is Shaakir Janmohammad, joined by Andy Loce. Will be along with you for the call today. And Andy, starting lineups just released, but real quickly before we jump into that, what is going to be your expectation of both teams in terms of what we're going to see?
My expectations for Pitt is that they've come into this game with a great rebounding core. They've out-rebounded their teams in all competitions that they've had this year. Pitt near up to 47, while they've only let their opposition get 39. That's something that's going to be critical today. Make sure Kittley doesn't get any rebounds. For the Virginia Tech Hokies, it is just a get-going shooting. This team has done a great job while scoring the basketball this year. Continue against the Panthers. They'll look to start 1-0 in conference play.
Well, both teams are on the court awaiting tip-off. For Virginia Tech, your starting 5, Asia Shepard, Georgia Moore, Kayla King, Asia Jones, Elizabeth Kittley. And, of course, for the Pitt Panthers, the same starting 5 as they have had all season, Daishanette Harris, Amber Brown, Gabby Green, Jayla Everett, and Rita Ibakwe. And there's the first whistle. Referee in the middle, ball up in the air, and it comes down in favor of Virginia Tech. Jones with it, dribbling up, driving on to her right, now on that right outside wing, looking for space all alone on this weak side. Up top to Asia Shepard, inside to Elizabeth Kittley, across to the next post to Asia Jones, and it's swatted away. And the foul is called on Daishanette Harris, swatting in, and so Virginia Tech will hold on to the ball. 9:45 left to go in the first. Georgia Moore inbounding, guarded by Rita Ibakwe on the pass. And ball is in, given to Elizabeth Kittley. Moore on the corner, 3, and it's good. Virginia Tech starting on the board early, 3-0 with 9:40 to play.
That's what they've done really great this year. Getting the 3-pointer, Georgia Moore gets to the fall.
Harris with it, passes it out to Jayla Everett. 3 ball, and she ties it back up as fast as the Hokies scored. full court pressure from Pitt Panthers. Green meeting Amore on the baseline. She gets past, driving right side. Kayla King now to Shepard. Kittley outside on the left wing, back up top. Asia Jones now to Amore Jones. Kittley inside, spins back, shots up and fouled. No good, but she'll take 2.
Yeah, she'll go to the line right there. Back and forth already, Shaq. We've seen from deep. We see Amore knock it down from deep. She's not really the main person on this court right now for the Hokies that is really known for shooting the basketball, but she gets that one to fall. And then Everett, already making a name of herself here in Blacksburg.
And Kittley did fight her way into a foul as she takes the first one. And that one off the back iron. 74% from that free throw line this season, Andy, and she has seen that line quite a few times.
Oh yeah, she has. She could be the difference maker of many matchups down the road if she's able to make the free throws fall. 74% is a good starting point. She'll like to improve that over the next few months.
She'll make the second one, and now Harrod for the Pitt Panthers bringing the ball up. Guarded by Amore. Now swings it right side to number 20, Jayla Everett. Gets the baseline jump shot and hits it. Pitt takes it 5-4. 8:45 left to play. Inbound now to Amore once again. Driving with her left hand, pushing that ball up. Kayla King with it, top of the key. Dribbling, passing it to Asia Shepard. Outside still, and a foul. Contact taking place. And a foul on Jayla Everett, who is guarding the lead scorer, or one of the lead scorers for Virginia Tech, and Asia Shepard.
Definitely going to be a fun matchup to watch right there, Everett versus Shepard tonight.
2 All-Stars taking it out on each other. Amore now with the ball, right side, gives it over to Kayla King on the weak side. Easy bucket 3 for Kayla King. And the Hokies respond now 5-7. 8:20 to play. A driving shot by Daishanette Harris. And it looks like she charges. A blocking pass. She did get the shot off, but the foul was on the floor. Everett goes to the baseline to inbound, and now switching places with Daishanette Harris. Took advantage of the opening lane given to her by Amore. Was able to draw a foul. Shot clock, 25 seconds left, 8:18. Inbound pass comes in, now gives it over Harris. Corner 3, and it's good. Pitt Panthers able to respond. A substitution, Deja Green in for Georgia Amore. Hand off to Kayla King and swings over Elizabeth Kittley. Pump fake the 3 ball. Took a few dribbles. Still balls outside. Deja Green now on the right side. Left hand over to King. Top of the key. And that one rims out. Pitt Panthers and transition. Daishanette Harris with the move. Cannot get the basket to go low down. They'll give it over to Everett. And the outside 3 from the logo hits good. 7:40 to play, and the Pitt Panthers lead 11-7.
Everett came to play tonight, Shaakir. 8 of the Pitt's 11 points so far. Pitt hasn't missed.
Asia Shepard now step back 3. Rebounded once again by Daishanette Harris. That Day and Shay show cannot stop calling their name. Day and J show. Excuse me, Andy. Daishanette Harris, top of the key. Now this time, mid-range jumper off the back iron. Rebounded by Pitt, and it's forced up by Cynthia Zaja. Deja Green carrying the ball up for the Virginia Tech Hokies. Behind 13-7. 7 minutes to play. Elizabeth Kittley hand off to Asia Shepard, who drives in, meets the contact, and is fouled as she runs into Azasia inside the box. Inside the lane. Fouled on the shot. She'll take 2 from the line. Asia Shepard, one of the leading scorers for the Virginia Tech Hokies this year.
This is a time where Virginia Tech can really get back in this game now. Jayla Everett is subbing out of the game, and she is a perfect, a 3 of 3 from the field and 2 of 2 from behind the arc. She's done a great job so far, coming out for a little breather, but that's when Virginia Tech can really get the points going.
Yeah, a vast majority of their 13 points, and now Asia Shepard can capitalize without Everett matching her on defense. And she'll hit 2, 13-9 now. Harris bringing the ball up on the logo, guarded by Green. And an offensive foul called on Pitt.
Yeah, it's going to be Amy Hayford, who subbed in recently into the game and already committing a foul.
Green guarded closely by number 12, Gabby Green. Finds an opening for Asia Shepard. She's now being guarded by Harris. Top of the basketball court. Green on the corner, finds Kittley inside, who hasn't seen much success today. Passes out to Jones. And it looks like they're called for a walk. Elizabeth Kittley turns the ball over to the Panthers, who have been coming out strong here against the Virginia Tech Hokies in the opening minutes.
Yeah, Virginia Tech really hasn't played a team this season that comes into the game and starts knocking down shots like this. They're going to have to work from behind, something the Hokies haven't done so far in this short season.
Yeah, post-success and success from the three ball for the Hokies, and the Pitt Panthers have locked them down thus far. Harris forces her way inside, and the left-handed layup is good. Deja Green, point guard in at the moment in that one spot for the Hokies. Hands off to Asia Shepard. Dribbling around to the top of the arc. Inside to Elizabeth Kittley. Finds King outside. Back to Kittley. 1-on-2. Spin move, and she's in. Elizabeth Kittley puts points up on the board for the Hokies and cuts that down to a 4-point deficit. 15-11. And she'll get the foul on it. So a 3-point play potentially for the Hokies.
Yeah, you know, Kittley wasn't working with it. She kicked it back out to the wing, collected herself. The double team came, and I think she almost lost it in a moment, Shaakir, but she was able to recollect it and lay it in for the bucket and able to go to the line, make a three.
And she'll hit that one as well. So talented down low. Had the 2-on-1, knew it, spun around, turns that 2-on-1 defense into a 1-on-1, and then is able to force her way up with her right hand. That is exactly why Kittley is one of the most dominating forces in the ACC thus far. Everett back in the game, currently with the ball. Over to Harris now on the left side. Right side. 3-ball from the wing, and Everett hits it. Unstoppable on her shot. 4 for 4 on the day. 18-12, Pitt Panthers.
I mean, she's almost over half the points per game she scores.
Green wide open, jump shot. She'll take it and she'll hit it. Cut that one back by 2 points. 18-14, 5 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Harris a move and gets the opening driving lane with her right hand, and the layup is good as well. And a foul at that too, so another 3-point play, this time for the Panthers.
Man, you can just feel the emotion. We're on the other side of the arena right now from the Pitt bench, but you just feel that emotion that they came here today, Shaakir, and they're really leaving it all on the court. 20 minutes ago, we're not even 5 minutes left of the first quarter. This Pitt team is red hot. 8 of 9 from the field, 4 of 4 from behind the arc.
And half of those points, or 4 of those field goals, in credit to Jayla Everett, and 3 of them for Harris. She has been electrifying in facilitating this offense, either finding Everett or not being afraid to drive in and challenge the big ones like Kittley and Jones. Ball back in bounds. 3-point play was good for Pitt. 21-14, Asia Shepard now left side, drives in, finds Kittley mid-range, but she'll pass it back out to Deja Green. Step back, fakes the shot, pass to Kittley, now over to Jones. Right side to Asia Shepard. Gets the screen from Jones and floats the ball in. That's 2 more points for Asia Shepard. 21-16, 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Amber Brown with the ball, driving into Jones. Now back outside to Gabby Green, and now top of the lane to Amy Hayford. She'll set the 3-ball, and it's good. 24-16, Pitt is on fire. Ball over to Kayla King, right side. She'll drive in with her right hand. Pass outside to Shepard at the corner. Kittley now from the free throw line and rims itself out. Rebounded by number 31, Destiny Struther. And they'll reset the ball as it's given back up top to Amy Hayford. Right hand now, takes the screen, open jump shot. She hits it, nothing but net. Pitt 26-16. 10-point lead.
I mean, it's a clinic out here right now, Shaakir. Every shot they're throwing up, and it's falling in.
Nothing seems to be stopping them. Green now at the top. Over to Asia Shepard, inside to Kittley. Hasn't had much success. Double teamed, fouled on the way up, and she'll go to the charity stripe for 2. 3 minutes and 22 seconds left to go. And it is a double-digit lead by the Panthers. We'll step away here from Castle Coliseum, where the Pitt Panthers have come in leading 26-16 on a red-hot run. .322 left to play inside Castle Coliseum in the first quarter. The Pitt Panthers have come out to a hot start, leading 26-16 against the Virginia Tech Hokies. And Andy, one thing of note, they have made 4 substitutions compared to the Hokies, just 1, bringing Amori out for Deja Green.
Yeah, the Pitt Panthers have a rotating bench going right now. You always see some teams go 7 or 8 deep regularly. Pitt already have brought out 9 players, and they've done a great job. They've done a wonderful job defensively and making sure the Virginia Tech Hokies aren't going to get any easy buckets. And now you think about it, Virginia Tech is 5 of 9 shooting through the first 7 minutes here in the first quarter, and you would say that's pretty good, but you're going up against a team that is at 91% shooting, and they've just really been able to get the shots going for Pitt. This is exactly the position they have to be in order to win this basketball game. They've done a great job down low guarding Kittley as well, Shaq. It seems like that whenever she gets the ball, she almost doesn't know what to do with it at times. She has some points next to her name. She has 4, and she has the line to maybe get some more, but so far it's really been Pitt that's been dominating this matchup.
Yeah, typically such a versatile Kittley, Elizabeth Kittley, but suffocated out of the ball every time she gets it. She is on the line for 2 shots after a foul that took place before media timeout. She'll hit this first one. She's seen the line quite a bit, very aggressive down low. Second one rims out, but it is rebounded by Taylor Guyman. Over to Green, back over to the corner to Guyman. Green in the corner, back to Guyman, a passing show. Asia Shepard from the wing, 3 balls up, and it's good. A heavily contested shot. And with 3 minutes to play, Virginia Tech Hokies cut that 10-point deficit to a 4-point one very quickly. 26-20. Harris with some quick moves, drives inside, meets Kittley, and is denied. Over to Amor to bring this ball back up. Hand off to Shepard, left side of the court, dribbling with the right hand to the top, and back over to the right corner to Taylor Guyman. Dribbles left and drives right, finds Kittley inside on the post, spin move over her left shoulder, and that shot is no good. Brought up the court by Amy Hayford. Drives all the way, and a lot of contact on the way up. And the charge is called.
Big moment there for Taylor Guyman. We all know what happened last season, unfortunately, tearing her ACL at Duke. She's back in the court for the Hokies this year. Those charges, those are only like a simple possession switch on the statistic, but it matters so much when you know that someone coming off the bench is willing to put their body on the line and really take that kind of drive there from Pitt to really motivate the team around them.
Yeah, the hustle is ecstatic. 2 minutes 15 to go. Georgia Amor now. Left side, picks up her dribble over to Asia Shepard. Inside to Kittley, spins again and is blocked by Igbagwe. They'll hold on to the ball though. Kayla King to Amor, resetting this offense. And dribbles left side, opening on the 3 ball. She hits it. Georgia Amor cuts this now to a 3-point game. Harris, guarded by Amor, drives aggressively right side, step back jumper, and nothing but net. 28-23, and a minute and a half left to go in this first quarter.
Harris did a great job creating that separation between her and Amor on that possession.
Kayla King rolls off the screen, pass by Amor, now outside to Guyman. She'll pass out to on the corner to Kayla King, and that shot is no good. Now, brought up by Brown, passed over to Harris. Amazing handle so far in this one, has created a lot of space. Back over to Brown, and now the scorer Everett. And through traffic, the floater, and the second chance is good by Amber Brown. Well, she won't get the basket, but she will get to the charity stripe for 2, forcing her way into a rebound and a very aggressive second chance opportunity.
Yeah, Pitt taking advantage of the rebounding battle right now. They're up 7-3 on the Hokies, and that is with Elizabeth Kittley in that game, Shaq. So they're doing a great job of getting down low and making sure that they have second chances on those boards.
First of 2 shots for Amber Brown will find its way in. 29-23. There is a minute and 1 second left to go in the first quarter. And Pitt has been leading the way through most of that. Second shot is good as well. Jones inbounds to Georgia Amore. 2 for 2 on the day, one of them being a 3-ball. And the ball almost ripped out. Aggressive defense by Gabby Green. Now back over to Taylor Guyman. The walk is called as she tries to drive in with her right hand. Another turnover for Kenny Brooks. And Pitt will get the ball back. A 7-point lead for them, 46 seconds left to go. 30-23. Harris on the V. Drives right hand. Finds open space. Amber Brown inside, and she'll find it. 32-23. Up against Jones. Made it look like clockwork. Amore, right side. Handoff to Shepard. Finds the gap, drives in with the right hand, floats it up, and it's no good. Jones on the second chance attempt is a little too strong. Virginia Tech fighting for the ball, but Pitt will come away with it. Number 12, Gabby Green finds Harris. Step back and tries to swing the ball over to Everett. Asia Shepard with the steal, right-handed layup, and it's good on the buzzer. Pitt will walk off the court with a 32-25 lead, but Asia Shepard gets to walk out with a nice buzzer beater on the layup. 7-point game here in Castle Coliseum. We'll step away and come back for second quarter action as the Pitt Panthers lead the Hokies 32-25. The second quarter of action beginning here between Pitt and the Virginia Tech Hokies inside Castle Coliseum. Shaakir Janmohammad joined by Andy Loce. And Andy, the score is 32-25 in favor of Pitt. That is 57 combined points. This game has been non-stop offense.
It has been from the get-go. We've seen both teams attacking the basket, shooting from deep. Pittsburgh, though, they've really surprised me in this first 10 minutes of play, Shaq. They haven't been a team that has struggled to really score the ball at times. Except for last game, though, we talk about how the Pitt Panthers, when they took a loss to Delaware at home, 85-79 defeat, 4 Panthers were in double-figure scoring in this game. They're looking to be well on that way right now, and that Jay and Day show has been phenomenal. They're already in double figures, and we have 30 minutes left the basketball left.
Harris with the ball. As the ball comes in for the start of this second quarter, they are 5 for 5 from the outside, Andy. Typically that would be a trade associated with Virginia Tech, or 4 and 7. Ball top of the key now given over to Harris on the left wing, guarded by Asia Shepard. Holding on to it, drives past her though, and now out to the corner. That shot is good by number 12, Gabby Green. Continue that 6 for 6 here from 3-point field goals. Amore hands off to Shepard. Inside to Jones at the high post. Low post now to Elizabeth Kittley. Back out to Jones. Couldn't find her space. She'll take the mid-range jumper. No good, but Kittley gets the rebound. Looking for the second chance. Puts it back up left hand, but it's no good. Harris now pushing the fast break. Pitt on transition. Finds Gabby Green in the corner once again. Side step. This time will go inside to Ibakwe. Cannot capitalize against Liz Kittley. Amore pushing the ball with her left hand. Step back three-pointer. That one goes long. Her first miss of the day. And the Pitt Panthers will slow down the game. Harris walking the ball up now. 8:40 to play. After some nonstop movement, she falls down, but ball gets out. Still for Pitt, and some aggression on the screen by Kayla King. Called for the push as Everett was looking to hand off the ball to Gabby Green.
Yeah, so the first minute 30 of this quarter has been the same we really saw in that first quarter right there. Pitt doing their job at knocking down shots and really being able to contain Kittley. You saw in that rebound that Kittley had a couple possessions ago, 4 Pitt Panthers jerseys around her. That's great defense on the ACC Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, no room to take a breath for me, Andy, as Everett will inbound the ball, and she'll get it right back on the right ring now. looking for that inside pick and roll to number 5, Amber Brown. She won't find it. It'll go right back out to Everett. Finds another screen by Buckway. Mid-range jumper off the back iron. A rare miss for her. Rebounded by King. Now to Amore. Pushing the ball in transition. Takes the size left-handed layup. And can't come down with it. And Kittley on the second chance is called for a jump ball. Kenny Brooks was looking for a foul.
Yeah, it's funny. Coach Brooks wanted to foul right there. You can see the Pitt sideline wanting to travel. They'll just meet in the middle, take the jump ball.
And the possession arrow does point in favor of the Hokies. So, though Kenny Brooks was looking for a foul, he will get the ball back. Amore inbounds to Kittley. We've run this play before. Hand off to Amore. Pass to Amore, excuse me. And now up top, Shepard from the top. Hits the three. 8 minutes to play. 35-28. Still in favor of Pitt. Driving in now, Amy Hayford. Reach is called on the Hokies. She takes the mismatch against Amore. And they'll throw the ball back in from the baseline. Deja Green checking in for Georgia Amore. And ball inbounded to number 2, Liado King, making her game debut, her ACC debut this season. Guarded by Green, gets around her with her right hand, now over to the opposite post, and number 2, King gets it to go. Kayla King, left side wing, no good, and Pitt cannot keep that ball in bounds as it rolls out. Virginia Tech will hold on to it despite their miss.
I don't know about this Virginia Tech shot selection here in the second quarter, Shaakir. I feel like there's some shots that are being rushed from the Hokies on the offensive end. Defensively, they're doing a good job so far, but I just feel like there's some shots that they're throwing up that aren't really the high percentage jumpers.
Well, Asia Shepard, she'll take the running floater, a very low percentage shot, exactly what you were saying, as she runs into traffic and lets it go with her right hand. And now Harris for Pitt finds the screen off of number 14. And Liadu King hits the layup once again. Immediate impact for her. A lot of these bench players able to come off for Pitt and score. Kayla King now at the top for Virginia Tech. Elizabeth Kittley on the left wing. She can shoot the three. They'll send it to Ennis and now to Green. Right side. Back to King. Up top. Three ball is loose and it's good. 6:40 to play. And Virginia Tech starting to cut back. 39-21. Excuse me, 39-31. Jump shot by Harris. Rims out. And Michaela Ennis went up for the ball, but comes down with a call. Virginia Tech will hold on to the ball. And an official timeout called. The referee is looking to review what just happened. Andy, the Pitt Panthers have been nonstop offense since coming onto the court today.
It has been, and they really haven't slowed down here in the second quarter. I mean, you can say they've missed just as many shots as they did in the first quarter, but still 3 of 6, 1 of 1 from deep. Pitt is doing a great job of keeping their distance away from the Hokies, and the Hokies are doing a good job of keeping their distance away from the Pitt Panthers as well. Haven't really liked what they've done offensively so far in this game, but everything the Panthers have done, I've loved it defend offensively. Everett, we mentioned her name plenty of times already, many more to come probably in this game. 3 of 3 from deep so far in this game, and then when you look at DeShannon Harris, 4 of 6 from the field. Her and Everett, both 4 and 6 each, and you look at what Everett's been able to put up with 11 points, Harris with 10, but you're seeing more production coming from here from multiple players as well. Amy Hayford has 5 points at the time being. Gabby Green was able to get her first basket of the game in the second quarter. So the role players are following the footsteps that the star players are now leading up for them. And, you know, this is interesting to watch here for Everett. Her first ever ACC game. She was at the University of New Mexico where she was, you know, the Mountain West Freshman Player of the Year back in that 2018-2019 season. So she brings scoring to this Panthers team, and the scoring has been the story so far in this game.
Yeah, immediate impact since transferring into Pitt and in this ACC game as well. And as you said, a lot of good shot production, 100% from outside. but still 75% when taking inside shots as well. If they can't find the shots inside, they're so versatile on being able to make that room inside. You can always look outside and find Everett or Harris to put up a 3-ball and get it to go.
Yeah, Pitt defensively is a great talking point as well. What they've been able to do to contain Kittley so far has been marvelous. Nothing short of excellent what they've been able to do. She's starting to get more boards though, so that's what Pitt's going to really have to step on and make sure that they do a great job of. Right now they're out rebounding the Hokies 11-9, but their Hokies are slowly starting to make that ground up on them and continuing to keep the ball out of Kittley's hands. 5 points only. She's been to the line multiple times, but from the field, she's 1 of 5, Shaakir. That's not a normal stat line. That means that the defense is doing its job.
Yeah, she typically averages a double-double. A lot of that coming from the floor in both rebounds and points. Pitt has done a great job of locking her up down low, not giving her the room to operate, not giving her the room to make more room and take a shot. Well, we're back from this timeout break. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. 31, Pitt leading by 7. Deja Green checking the ball up the court. Finds King, handed back off. And now to Kittley. She'll hand it off to Asia Shepard. Cannot find space. That's stolen away by Harris, who'll push it all the way. A layup through contact. And the ball is stripped by Shepard as she goes up. And the Hokies will get the ball back. You do not want to steal, but Asia Shepard did the next best thing and made sure points were not being scored on the other end.
Yeah, Shepard went down the ball, and she was really close to getting that foul there, but able to get the ball and it hit off of Harris's leg and just reset what happened for the Hokies mentality.
And Harris has done a great job of locking down Shepard, who creates space on the 3-ball. No good. Green with the rebound. Over to King on the right side, and she'll hit the 3. 39-34. Virginia Tech starting to close this gap.
Kayla Keene is 3 of 5 from deep in this game, and we really haven't talked about her much. We got to start putting respect on her name because she's keeping the Hokies in this one.
Put some respect on her name, Andy. 5 minutes 40 to play, and a foul called on the Hokies. We'll go over to their benches. And we'll step aside here from Castle Coliseum. 5 minutes and 43 seconds left to play in this second quarter. And 39-34 in favor of the Panthers. Five minutes and 43 seconds left to play in the first half inside Castle Coliseum in the season opener between Virginia Tech and the Pitt Panthers, leading 39-34. The Hokies chasing their score. Everett with the ball, drives in with her right hand, finds number 12, Gabby Green outside. Back up top to Harris, facilitating this offense well. Drives in with her right hand, and a foul called. On the drive by Deja Green. Panthers will hold on to the ball, and Liadu King will come out for Amber Brown for Pitt. Another chance to inbound the ball. Shot clock reset to 20. 5.5 minutes to play. With Harris now up top on the ball, communicating with Everett, guarded by Green. They'll shift the ball over to the right. Still outside, Everett drives in with her left hand, looking for room through traffic, and is fouled as she forces her way into Elizabeth Kittley on the shot.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the foul is called on here. I thought Kittley got all ball, but maybe she was fouled before the swat from Kittley. So the call will still be 2 free throws coming up, as it looks it's going to be on Asia Jones. So it wasn't on Kittley, but it was maybe before the block.
Yeah, a lot of bodies that Everett was forcing her way into, so it's very easy, or it's very possible that Asia Jones did hit the body as she was going up for that shot before she even got into Kittley. First shot is good, as is the second. Pitt leading the way. Only one of those 2 shots is good. 40-34. Deja Green, a little bit of 3/4 court press by Pitt, and it pays off. Gabby Green with the steal, but she cannot continue it out. She lets it go around half court. Out of bounds. It rolls, and Virginia Tech, another steal that could have led to a couple of more points, once again saved.
Yeah, green on green action right here in Castle Coliseum, and that time Gabby Green got a hand in to Deja Green. She's going to have to really maneuver through this full court press that the Panthers are working through right now.
Deja Green gives it over to Kayla King. Back to Green, back to King. Three-pointer, and it's no good. Jones will come down with it, though. And without space, the double dribble is called. Pitt back in possession. 40-34, 4:50 to play in this first half, Andy. And the Pitt Panthers have held secure about a 6 to 7 point lead all game.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The first quarter was all on the offense. This quarter has been more on the defense and how Pitt's doing a good job of making sure the Hokies don't get going.
Cross-court pass over to Everett outside, driving it with her left hand, back up to Harris. Resetting it around half court. There's the screen by Ibakwe, driving in for Harris. And looks like a travel called onto number 5, Amber Brown. She received the pass and just dragged her foot as she started her drive. Another turnover for the Panthers. And now Asia Shepard bringing the ball up. A much bigger lineup than we've seen typically in this game. Asia Shepard hands off to Guyman, over to King, now right side to Jones, inside to Kittley, who finds a wide open Kayla King from outside, and she delivers 40-37 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play. And it's now just a 3-point game for the Hokies. Harris with it over to Everett to respond, and she does. An outside shot from Everett, pulling this game back up to 6.
Yeah, miscommunication right there between Shepard and King of who was going to pick up Everett off the screen.
Well done. Shepard driving it with her left hand, runs into Ibakwe, out to Guyman, and it rims out. Rebounded by Ibakwe, and now Harris. 6-point game, 43-37. 3.5 minutes left to play. Harris loses the ball momentarily, but she'll hold on to it. Fakes the pass, drives in, step back jumper, and it's good from the baseline. 45 points for Pitt. 3 minutes and 20 seconds to play. Asia Shepard, the ball is tapped by Green. He's been a defensive menace. Now over to Taylor Guyman. She shifts the ball back up top to King, inside at the elbow to Kittley, looking for Jones, but it's intercepted. And another steal recorded by Pitt, this time by Ibakwe. Harris with it, carrying the ball down. Walks over to Green, sets the screen, and Green takes it back up top. They'll run the same play on the opposite side, this time to Everett, and she drives in, but it's poked away, and Shepard comes away with it. Now inside to Kittley. Down at the low box, finds the bounce to Jones, but the kick is called. And so that play will stop, and Virginia Tech will get a throw in from the baseline. 2:40 to play in this second half, and they are down by 8 points. 45-37 in favor of the Panthers.
Yeah, Pitt's looking on their way to have a halftime lead. We've mentioned it in the pregame. They've never won an ACC opener, and it hasn't really been close. Each one of their wins have coming from a significant margin. Right now, they're the talking point in this matchup.
Kayla King over to Guyman in the corner, and she cannot get it to fall, but it's brought down by Michaela Ennis. Now up top to Green, finds King once again, left wing, and she'll go down hard. A foul on that three-point shot. To the charity stripe she goes.
And Shaakir, in this matchup we have so far to here, it's been focus on Elizabeth Kittley and focus on Asia Shepard. Now, that's probably how teams plan to take on the Hokies. And Kayla Keen's been that role player so far for Virginia Tech, who's been able to find enough separation when the Pitt Panthers really collapse on Kittley. When they go in on Kittley, Kayla Keen's usually open on Kittley's side, and then she's able to knock them down 50% so far in this game.
And she'll miss her first 2 of 3 shots from the free throw line, but she is tied for leading scoring for the Hokies right now. 12 points in the game. Asia Shepard also with 12 points, and she'll hit her third of 3 free throw shots. That'll move her up to 13 points in the game, and now the leading scorer of the Hokies. Harris bringing the ball up. And picks up her dribble, forced to pass it to Amber Brown. They'll find Hayford on the wing, and Harris resets the ball. guarded by Green. Screen set by Ibakwe. Harris driving in, left hand, throws up a shot, and in the air she hits the two-pointer.
A great basket right there from Harris. I mean, she gets the foul when she's up. She has to readjust in the air, and she knocks it down. I mean, Pitt is just making basket after basket after basket, and the Hokies keep on trying to run these new formations, bringing in players, bringing out players, but really Pitt has all the answers so far.
Pitt's found a lot of success off the screen as Harris takes her free throw shot. She was fouled as she lobbed that ball up, and she'll get it to go. A three-point play for Pitt, and now what was a three-point game just moments ago, a 10-point one, 48-38, with just over 2 minutes to play inside Castle Coliseum. Asia Green back in, bringing the ball up, in at that one spot, left-handed, finds Shepard with the narrowest of margins against Daishanette Harris. Over to Guyman, and now inside to Liz Kittley, who has not found success against Ibakwe. Back to Guyman, bounce pass to Kittley, she'll take the mid-range shot, and it will fall.
That's a big basket right there for Elizabeth Kittley, Shaakir.
She'll need to get going in the second half to cut down this deficit. 48-40, Harris through traffic will find a pass outside, and that ball well wide. Comes down to Michaela Ennis, but Harris keeps the struggle going, for lack of a better term, and it's a jump ball.
Yeah, jump ball well in her bucket, and Struther, knew that her shot was going to go a little far, and she even crashed the boards as well. So they're giving it all in there on the court right now.
Let's get extended hustle coming from this Pitt side. Energy on and off the floor. Harris with the ball up top. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. 1:30 left in the quarter. Picks up her dribble, guarded by Green, and a wide pass to Everett will go out of bounds. And with 1:20 left to go, Virginia Tech will get the ball back.
Yeah, one of the more difficult passes to do in basketball. Go from one side of the court to the other. That one just got off the hands of Everett, and I don't know if that was the pass that Harris really wanted to deliver.
Yeah, across the floor, difficult. And with their connection tonight, would be one that she probably would normally have hit. It is a tough one nonetheless. Green off the screen by Ennis. Now on this right wing on the outside. Finds Shepard on the left wing. Three ball no good. And contact as Virginia Tech goes up for the rebound, and Pitt will come away with possession. And a foul, so they'll take it up from the baseline.
Yeah, 6 of the quarter now, so Pitt's going to be in this bonus for the remainder of this quarter. 1:03 seconds remaining. So you don't want to be committing these fouls on your offensive end of the floor and giving them opportunities at their end of the basket, because that can only make it worse when trying to make a comeback in the second half.
That's right, a bonus play off that foul, so Amber Brown misses her first of 2 shots. 1 minute to go in the contest, or excuse me, in the first half of this contest. Not to get a little too excited. Brown, let's go. Her second shot, no good. Rebounded by the Hokies. Asia Shepard pushing the ball up with some contact, picks it up. And Kittley at the top of the court over to Green, and now they can finally reset. Taylor Guyman, bounce pass inside to Kittley. Double team, no space. And Green on the right corner to Guyman on the left wing. Back inside to Kittley. They didn't find success the last 2 times they tried it. They won't again. This time a steal. And Everett is pushing the pace here against the Hokies. And Daishanette Harris will finally slow it down. 30 to go in this first half. 20 on the shot clock. About a 6-second difference between the two. Harris slowing the ball, looking for that final shot. And Asia dives into her for defense. And that is a foul called on to Pitt. And Shepard stays down. She has not gotten up yet. It's an 8-point game, 48-40, and there is 20 seconds on the clock still. Shepard is an indisposable part of this roster. She has 12 points today. As both teams go over to their bench, Shepard now getting looked at from a member of the Virginia Tech coaching staff. 20 seconds left to play in the first half, and Pitt lead 48-40. Asia Shepard went down just before the break. she is now able to get up and off the court. The audience limited here cheered her off. Kittley now inbounds to Green to set up the final 15 seconds of this first half. And guarded closely by Gabby Green from Pitt. She'll hand it off to Georgia Amore. Let's go of the three. Bounces around, 5 seconds to go. And now 3 on the clock, and the time is stopped. And Pitt will have to go cross court to score in the final 3 seconds if they choose to. 48-40. Quite a dominating and one-sided lead for them so far. Pass over to Everett, time ticking down, 1 second to go, and she doesn't get it off in time. And the shot is just shy as well, but Pitt can walk into their locker room celebrating right now an 8-point lead and what has been pretty consistent 8-point lead, Andy, as they lead inside Castle Coliseum 48-40.
Yeah, they're able to get that good margin of a lead in that first quarter, and it seems like at times the Hokies are creeping and trying to come back, but the Pitt Panthers have responded very well so far to the Hokies basket. It's not going to go in the second half, though, so you're looking at Pitt and you're saying, how do you go into that locker room and tell your team to keep motivated, keep that same energy going in that second half? And for Coach Kenny Brooks, you're looking at it as an opportunity of saying, hey, you saw one of our star players get hurt on the play. Looks like they collided knees, so we'll see how that one goes into the locker room and if she's able to play in the second half. If not, though, you're going to have to start scoring with some of your, bench players or other starters need to step up on the offensive end. Anyway, we got ourselves a great second half coming up on our hands.
That's right, absolutely. We're looking for players from Virginia Tech to step up and for the Pitt Panthers to keep the pedal to the metal here in this second half. They lead right now 48-40 in Blacksburg for the ACC season opener between the two teams. And we'll be right back for the second half action after a quick break. It's halftime here inside Castle Coliseum as two teams, the Pitt Panthers and the Virginia Tech Hokies, meet at their ACC season opener inside the Coliseum, with Pitt leading 48-40 against the Hokies. And while that isn't the most dominating scoreline, it has been consistent throughout this game.
It has been, and it's been with Deshauna Harris and Jalen Everett doing their job so far. Harris 6 of 8 from the floor, 15 points. She also leads the team with 7 assists. The only thing they can say is going bad for her is the 5 turnovers she has, but the way she's been working with the ball has been excellent. For Everett, we said her name a lot in that first quarter, Shaakir, because she was knocking down basket after basket after basket. She's 4 of 4 from deep, 5 of 7 from the floor, and has totaled up to 15 points. Those two combined, 30 of the Pitt's 48 points. How can the role players step up, though, in the second half in case that Coach Brooks does an arrangement to get Harris and Everett to get their balls out, get the ball out of their hands more? That's something I'm looking forward to in that second half.
Yeah, that's certainly where the focus for Kenny Brooks is going to have to be. And he'll have to look a little bit at his offense and figure out some things to change. Asia Shepard went out. We're not sure if she'll come back in the second half, but regardless, looks like that plan to give Kittley the ball and find a lot of success has been slowed as well. She only has 7 points. What needs to happen offensively for the Hokies?
Well, they need to figure out what to do when Kittley's feeling that pressure down low. When she grabs and collects that ball down low in that block, it almost seems like there's 2 or 3 Panthers around her. There's been multiple times where she has the ball and she looks a little concerned. She doesn't know to go up with it, doesn't know when to kick it out, and she doesn't really look around the floor that much. Maybe if she got a little more comfortable, though, in the second half and was able to find out outlets or other opportunities to score, that work as well. This team's 8 of 18 from deep, which is a great job so far, but 13 of 35 from the field. They have more three-pointers made than shots made within the line. So the thing is how are you guys going to get the scoring to go on your end down low? Kittley's a big reason why so far. Not only does she only have 7 points, she's 2 of 7 shooting. Asia Shepard, we mentioned how she collided knees possibly with a Pitt player there. She's 4 of 9 from the field. And then Georgia Amore, 2 of 3 from deep, 2 of 5 from the floor. So some Hokies players aren't really able to get their offense going so quickly so far. But maybe in this locker room, Coach Kenny Brooks can tell them where to go, maybe where the weakness is in the Panthers' defense. And it could be a totally different 20 minutes in a snap of the fingers.
Yeah, this is a very versatile Hokies lineup with them being able to play a high and low post and be able to shoot the ball outside. Asia Jones, for instance, has 0 points right now in the contest. her paired up with Elizabeth Kittley has led to a lot of paint success. But as you said, Pitt Panthers defense has done a great job of crowding the paint, forcing those outside shots, and a lot of times those look unfavorable as well. The Panthers lead 48-40 here at halftime. We'll come back with the second half after a quick break, where the Panthers will look to continue that momentum and the Hokies will look to flip the script.
Hello and welcome back here to Castle Coliseum, where the Pittsburgh Panthers are leading the Virginia Tech Hokies 48-40 here in Castle Coliseum. We just saw ourselves an explosive first half on both ends of the offense. The Pitt Panthers starting off that first quarter 12 of 14 shooting from the field, 5 of 5 from deep. They continue that in the second quarter, 6 of 10 from the field, 2 of 3 behind the arc. And Shaakir, that's been the message so far, is with that Pittsburgh offense.
Yeah, that offense has been lighting up Virginia Tech, as you just said. It slowed down a little bit in the second quarter, about as much as you can. They moved from 32 points in the first quarter to 16 in the second. That's still outscoring the Hokies on both ends. But that outside field goal shooting has been phenomenal. Only one miss today from 3. And they're still 18 from 24 for that 2-ball as well. So very outstanding field goal percentages all the way around, 75%. And 87.5 from that 3-ball.
Virginia Tech coming out of the locker room. Asia Shepard did not come out. Towards the end of the second quarter, she collided knees with the Shannon Harris, and she left, and she has not returned. Actually, speaking of the devil, I mean, she comes out right when I mentioned how she hasn't returned. She comes back. She's going to go straight to the bench. She might be able to return this game. She isn't coming out looking 100%, but that might be something to follow in the second half if Shepard's able to return.
Yeah, it's going to be a big hit for that Virginia Tech roster. All ACC preseason pick alongside Elizabeth Kittley. And so one of those 2 players out is definitely going to be tough for the Hokies. But Kenny Brooks is always talking about how any of these players can go off on a single night, and 4 of them do average in double digits. So we'll see if that can happen.
All 5 starters for the Panthers start off the second half, while 4 of the 5 start off for the Hokies. Michaela Ennis taking over Asia Shepard's position. Hokies start with the ball. Kaylee's having a little trouble down low in the paint, but it's going to be a shot from Jones, taking a nice friendly bounce, and it falls in for her first basket of the game. She's 1 of 4 from the field. It's 48-42 Pittsburgh.
And no points in the first half, starting off right here in the second.
There's a shot from Everett right at the free throw line. That's too short. It goes into the hands of Kayla King, and now she's moving the ball up the court. She takes a screen from Jones as he works it back out to that right wing. She now cuts down through the middle of the paint, finds Georgia Moore. That one rims in and out, but Jones with a big rebound, turnaround hook shot. She has already 4 points within this first minute, and the Hokies have cut the deficit to 4.
We were looking for someone to step up. That's exactly who the Hokies needed. Another big like Asia Jones to give Kittley some support.
Everett gives it over to Harris on the right wing. Georgia Moore getting in the way of Harris. It's going to be a traveling violation. Harris was going into a Moore. She collected her dribble and took 1 too many steps. And this is exactly what Virginia Tech needed, a strong start to the second half.
Yeah, the opening minute here, this has been a completely different attitude from the Hokies. Very aggressive and willing to play the ball.
Moore has it, gives down to Asia Jones. It's been her quarter so far. That one's going to be off. She wants the call. She's not going to get it, but Michaela Ennis rebounds it. She finds Kayla King. That rims off the left side, and Kittley's able to rebound it. Shot clock goes out to about 20 seconds. Georgia Moore has it, tries to work it past her defender, gives it down low to Kittley. Kittley puts the ball on the ground. She looks up, and she lays it up and in. Elizabeth Kittley wasn't really having a great first half. She makes her first field goal of this third quarter, and Virginia Tech is on a 6-0 run. That causes Lance White and the Panthers to call a timeout. 48-46, Virginia Tech on a nice start here to this third quarter.
Yeah, Asia Jones being able to pick up those 4 points means that Pitt's defense all of a sudden has 2 bigs to worry about. Not only is Asia Jones able to score, but now she's pulling defense away. She's giving Kittley a little bit more space to play with, and Kittley, with the smallest of margins, can make 2 points out of almost anything.
Yeah, this was all done without Asia Shepard so far in this game. Something they haven't had to do this season was really try to figure out how to win without Asia Shepard, and that's a massive blow when it comes in your ACC opener against the Pittsburgh Panthers. And, I mean, Shaakir, you mentioned, Panthers haven't really had that many opportunities thanks to the Hokies defense so far. Virginia Tech 3 of 6 shooting so far in this third quarter, and Pittsburgh's 0-1 so far in this third quarter as well. What do you think is going to be discussed about Lance White in his huddle right now with the Panthers?
Well, they've only had one look so far, but if I'm Lance, I'm telling my team, don't worry, it is still, they are still in the lead, and this quarter's only been played for 1 minute and 30 seconds. They need to take a deep breath and get back out there and play the game that they played in the first half. That's being able to move the ball around on offense, being aggressive inside, not being afraid to take the shots that are open to them. And on defense, they're going to have to give a lot of pressure back into the paint. Asia Jones is causing them to spread out their defense, and Kittley is starting to become a liability for them. But if they can go back to crowding the paint, suffocating both of those bigs, and make the Hokies take low percentage shots, then on defense, they can also get those stops.
Kelly's been doing a great job so far with 4 rebounds to her name, with 3 assists as well, and she's on the doorstep of double figures again with 9 points in this contest. Well, it's going to be pit ball with 8 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in this third quarter. It's a 6-0 run for Virginia Tech to get things going. And Shaakir, do you think the offense is going to have to build off of Harris and Everett more often, or do you think you just give those two as many opportunities as you can get?
Well, everyone else on this team can score. All 12 of the players that have come in from Pitt in the last 3 games have been showing that they can score. But if you ask me, you keep running that Day&J show until it stops working, and it hasn't stopped working yet. Give it to both of them, and they know that if need be, they can look to other players. But if they don't have to, they don't need to.
Deschanette subs out as Amy Hayford comes in for the Pitt Panthers. She's got a good job so far. Coming off the bench, she's 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from deep. She has 5 points and 1 rebound. Harris will take a breather. She is been a problem so far for the Pitt Panthers. 6 turnovers in this game. That's probably her one weakness so far in this game. She's leading the Panthers in points right now with 15, as well as assists with 7. We're back to action here in Blacksburg as Hayford will be the one to bring the ball up the court for the Pitt Panthers as she's contested against Georgia O'Moore. She gives it to Everett, who is Michaela Ennis is guarding her. Everett's going to try to drive to the right side, throw it up from the block. That rattles in and out. That rim just didn't want it to go as Kayla King rebounds it in her corner. And now Virginia Tech is looking to push it past this Pitt press defense. Georgia O'Moore almost loses it there with Everett's pressure, but able to keep it herself. O'Moore drives it inside. It's too strong and rebounded by Kittley. There's 4 Panthers around her, but she's sticking with it, and a jump ball is called, and that will go in the way of the Pittsburgh Panthers. Shaakir, when there's 4 Panthers on you, do you continue to have the ball if you're Kittley, or do you try to work it outside?
I think that's something that Kittley is something that's really rare for her. She can normally make something like that work. I don't blame her for opting to go for the shot.
Hayford goes inside, but it's swatted away from Kittley. Kittley's swat will go into the hands of Georgia O'Moore. Ibakwe was the one who threw up the layup for Pittsburgh, but it wasn't able to go. Ennis now has it on the right wing. She hands it off to Kayla King, who goes inside to Jones. Jones lays it up, and we are tied in Blacksburg. It's 48-all with 7:20 remaining in this third quarter.
Kayla King threads the pass to Jones, and it pays off.
Hayford shot's too short, but Ibakwe gets the rebound and puts it up for the Panthers. A big layup for them to get themselves the lead again. It's Ibakwe's first basket of this game.
She's been big on defense. I'd like to see her open up on offense more and continue to grow this lead.
Moore gives it to Kittley on that left block. She works it over into the paint, gets the layup and the foul. Elizabeth Kittley, that ACC Freshman Player of the Year last year, is in double figures, and she has an opportunity for the Hokies to take their first lead since the first quarter.
This is promising for the Hokies because Pitt only set 1 player to guard her. She backs her down in the one-on-one and is easily able to spin around and get almost a wide open shot.
Quite the applause here from Castle Coliseum. Family and friends here in Blacksburg. Asia Shepard checking back on in for Virginia Tech. Kittley is on the line with 6:52 remaining in this third quarter, and she buries the free throw. She's 4 of 6 so far in today's game, and Virginia Tech is back on top here. It's going to be Harris who has the ball, and she's going to find to Everett. Everett going to shoot the three-pointer. That leads into last long for the Hokies as Everett buries the 3. She is 5 of 5 from behind the arc so far. It's 53-51 Pitt. Shepard in that left corner finds Elizabeth Kittley. Kittley's got two Panthers on her, works it with the left hand. It can't get to go, and it's rebounded by Hayford. Hayford's not looking to waste any time as she's going coast to coast. Contact is made and won. Amy Hayford worked it from underneath the Hokies basket and took it all the way up the court and has an opportunity for an old-fashioned three-point play.
She takes that challenge to Georgia Amore beautifully, and Amore falls, hoping for that charge call, but instead she gets the shooting foul.
It is 55-51 here in Castle Coliseum. When Virginia Tech was able to take the lead off a three-point play from Kittley, it's been a quick 5-0 run here for the Panthers. Georgia Amore subbing out for Deasia Green. She makes her first appearance in this second half, and now Hayford will go to the line and try to finish off this three-point play. That one rolls on in, and the Panthers now have a 5-point lead. It's 56-51 over the Hokies here in this ACC opener.
Great momentum shift for Pitt. 6 points in a row.
Green with the ball in the left wing. She finds Kayla Keene up top, gives it down to Kittley. Kittley's looking for a cutting Ennis. Can't really get it to her with that route. She's going to kick it back out to Green. Green sinking three, and she nails it. Deasia Green knocks down her second three-pointer in this game. She's perfect from behind the arc.
And 71% on the season.
Everett fires one up from the left wing. It's no good. Green's trying to get her rebound, but it gets out of her hands, and Harris is the one who collects it. Shot clock at 14 seconds for the Panthers. The high screen comes there from Pitt. They have nowhere to go. Everett doesn't have control of it as it's off their hands. 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Clea Keene playing defense. Everett fires the three. It's off the front of the iron, and it's rebounded, and it's bobbled around between some Panthers, and then now they walk away with it, and Harris collects it on the Virginia Tech logo at half court. 10 seconds remaining the shot clock. 5:14 to play here in Blacksburg in this third quarter. There's the drive from Harris. Takes the contact, lays it up. It's no good. Harris collects the rebound, but a foot was out of bounds. And after all of that, the Panthers will turn it over to the Hokies here. 56-54, Panthers on top of the Hokies.
Panthers are keeping the pace up, the aggression up. Harris's drive in just proves that. Keeping the pedal to the metal. This time it's not paying off quite as much as it did last half, but they're keeping that pace up and forcing the Hokies to play their game.
Destiny Struthers comes on in for Jayla Everett, while also Gabby Green coming in for Amy Hayford. For the Hokies, Asia Jones will sub on in for Michaela Ennis.
And Shepard is back in as well.
5 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. Jones is the one who has it, who takes a step back. It's no good. It's going to roll off a Hokie and go all the way out to Jones, who kicks it back out to King. King gives it to Green. Green gives it to Shepard. Shepard gives it down low to Kittley. Here comes the two Panthers as Green finds Keene. Keene fires up from the left wing and buries it. Kayla Keene is 5 of 10 from behind the arc, and the Hokies are back on top.
You mentioned it earlier. She's so good at playing that weak side and finding those open three balls.
Well, a foul was committed on the floor. It will go against the Hokies. It will go against Deasia Green. That's her third personal foul, but Virginia Tech has a 57-56 lead over the Pittsburgh Panthers. You're listening to 3304 Sports coverage of ACC Women's Basketball. Hello and welcome back here to Blacksburg, Virginia. You're listening to 3304 Sports. I'm Andy Loce, joined alongside Shaakir Janmohammad. We got ourselves an exciting basketball game here between the Hokies and the Panthers. Virginia Tech only up by 1 right now in Pittsburgh. It's been a back and forth third quarter as Lance White and the Pittsburgh Panthers are looking for their first ever ACC opening win. They're 0-7 since they joined the conference back in 2013, and now they've put themselves in a really good opportunity to get a win here, Shaakir.
Yeah, if you stop the count at the first half, Andy, this was a really great game for Lance White. But the Hokies have come out with a little bit of momentum here. They're outscoring Pitt in this third quarter, 17-8 so far. The Hokies do have a 1-point lead as well.
Well, the good news is we saw Asia Shepard come back in that third quarter. She wasn't with the team in warm-ups before they resumed play after halftime, but she's come out, she's played some quality minutes. Haven't seen her really get involved with the shooting yet. That's something we probably can see being developed later on in this game, isn't that right?
Absolutely. And I think, too, they don't need to rely on her. They've seen other players step up, like Kayla King leading the Hokies in scoring. She has 16 points. She's 5 from 10 from beyond the arc.
Amy Hayford and Rita Ibakwe coming back in for the Pitt Panthers as we resume play here. 4:25 remaining. It's Panthers ball. They find Harris on that right elbow. She drives to the baseline, fires it up, and it's no good. And a foul on the play, and we're going the other way as it's on the Pittsburgh Panthers.
Harris was very closely contested, still decided to force up the shot. It doesn't go, and that's a very low percentage shot, but it's very like Harris to step up to the plate and take that kind of challenge.
Leontu King is the one who committed the personal foul. It's her second of the game. 4:10 remaining here in the third quarter as the Hokies have the ball. They're up by 1 on the Panthers. Asia Shepard with the ball. She bounce passes it over to Kittley. It's from the high post. The fake handoff to Shepard as she keeps it herself and finds Kayla Keene. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. She's looking to find it. Bounce pass to Kittley. She's on the outside with the shot clock dropping to 6 to 5. Goes inside to Jones. She's got to work with it quickly. Turnaround jumper. It hits off the rim. It's no good, and it's rebounded by Keene to Pitt. Pitt is now in the fast break as Harris driving in on Asia Jones. No good. Ibakwe gets the rebound. Her putback is short, and it's rebounded by Elizabeth Kittley. Deasia Green looking to use the speed as well with the left hand. Finds Shepard. She thought about it. She'll pass it to Jones instead. Jones on that high post. She fires it up. It doesn't get it to fall, and it's a rebound Pittsburgh as it goes in the hands of Gabby Green. Harris has the ball now. She crosses half court with 3:20 remaining in this third quarter. The Hokies are still up by 1 on the Panthers. A great move by Harris to break away from Keene. Lays it up and 1. A highlight play they made there by Deshea Harris as she was able to create the separation between her and Kayla Keene and go straight into the hole and lay it on top of Asia Jones.
Almost broke her ankles too, and Harris has been driving successfully all day. It doesn't matter who's guarding her, she will go right through you and take that layup shot.
She has 17, and she can be tied for the team lead, 18, which Everett has if she's able to knock down this free throw. The Panthers back on top, 58-57.
The Day and Jay show, and you mentioned it in the open.
Well, that one gets it to fall for Harris, and she will sub out for her teammate, Everett. You mentioned that show. They sub in and out for each other right there as Everett comes back on in.
We can't have too many stars at one time.
Oh, yeah, you just drags away the scene or something. 3 minutes remaining here in this third quarter as Michaela Keene has the ball in the corner. She drives inside, and a pushing foul will be called on the Pitt Panthers. That will be a foul on Leontu King. It's her third personal foul, and back-to-back quick fouls for her. So someone will come on in for the Panthers, and surely they will. That will be Amber Brown checking back in for the Panthers. 2:58 remaining as Green is on her own baseline looking to throw it in from underneath her own basket. She finds a wide open Taylor Guidman, and she knocks it down from deep.
Taylor Guidman is someone who can take up that weak spot just like Kayla King can. She hasn't found success this season, but there's a great shot from her.
Hayford finds the open Green. Green drives inside. She lays it up. Takes a couple bounces off the iron, and it's rebounded from the Hokies. They're looking to push it in the fast break. Green bounce pass to Ennis. Ennis fakes it. Finds Guyman. Guyman kicks it to Green. Green hesitates. Then she fires. That one rattles in and out, but it's slapped out to Kayla Keene, and the Hokies will reset the possession. Deja Green making a great move on Everett. Finds Kittley. Kittley lays it up and in. A great basketball play right there as Green created the separation and drove it inside and gave it to her center, Kittley.
Azasia was unsure of whether she wanted to come off Kittley and guard Green, and that gave Green so much time to pass it to Kittley, and Kittley a one-on-one shot.
3-point lead here for the Hokies. Everett drives it inside. Her left-hand layup is too strong, and when the ball rattled out, it hit off her leg and went out of bounds, so the Hokies will regain the possession. Harris checking on in now for the Panthers as she will replace Hayford. What were you going to say there, Shaakir?
I was going to say that was a tough one for Everett. You know, she found a lot of space, able to go across the court and then drive inside. Just a little bit too much sauce.
Green brings up the court now as she dribbles it around, and she works it back out now to the left corner. Two Panthers go pick her up. She loses possession of it. It's Harris now in the fast break. She's looking to lay it up. She lays it up and one. Excuse me. It was an N1. I thought there was contact there on the play. The referee kept quiet, and she lays it in to make it now 62-61 Virginia Tech.
With the way Harris plays so aggressively, gets the steal. I'm surprised that wasn't an and one call, but she does get the layup in.
Team high 20 points for her. Kittley driving inside. She fires it up. That will be a foul. Kittley can't convert on the layup though, so she will have an opportunity for 2 free throws coming up with 1:23 remaining in this third quarter.
And this is how this is how Kittley has quietly gotten to 14 points in this game. She's constantly double teamed, but she makes so much space. This time she steps out with her left foot, takes the fadeaway. It doesn't fall, but she does go to the charity stripe.
That's Isaiah's 4th personal foul, so she will sub out along with Amber Brown. So that will bring back Leontu King and Rita Mbakwe. Kittley now has 2 free throws coming up for the Hokies. That one will be no good as it hits the left side and bounces out. Kittley so far in the day from the line, she is 4 of 7. She's 5-11 in the field. She has 14 points next to her name, along with 6 rebounds. Kittley's second free throw is good as it finds the bottom of the net, and that extends the Hokies' lead up to 2. After making that free throw, she will sub out, probably rest for the last 1:23 remaining of this third quarter, and Asia Jones comes back on in for the Hokies. Everett's the one who brings the ball for the Panthers, and she'll bounce that on over to Harris. Harris is on the top of the key looking to find an open teammate. She finds Everett. That one's too strong as it rattles out, but she collects her own rebound and fires from the right elbow, and that one can't get the drop.
That's what you call regression to the mean. Everett popped up in that first half, and she's cooling off a little bit now.
Keene finds open Guyman. This time from the left corner. It's no good. Keene tries to struggle for the rebound. She's the last one to touch it as it goes out of bounds, and it'll be Pittsburgh basketball.
Great hustle from her. Just flicks it back in, hits the back of the backboard. Not quite good enough to stay in bounds, but I like what that's doing and what's that saying for Virginia Tech.
Harris is the one who brings the ball here for the Panthers. She tries to drive inside on Green. She fires it up from that right block and knocks it down. Harris has been fabulous so far in this game. She leads the team in points, assists, and rebounds. She has 22 points next to her name. Hokies with the ball now and is going to be driving coast to coast, and she can't get that one to go as it was a no good layup. And a foul was called on the play. It looks like it will go against the Asia Green, so that will turn it on over to the Panthers as Elizabeth Kittley checking back on in for the Hokies as Asia Jones will step out. So a quick minute right there for Kittley to get some breather in as before this last possession here for Pittsburgh. I just want to make an apologies on that one. That was a foul on Asia Jones, not the Asia Green. 15 seconds remaining here in this third quarter as Everett's the one with the ball. She works from that left side of the perimeter to the right side. She hands it over to Green, who hands it on over to Harris. 6 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. Harris gets a high screen from Mbakwe. She's thinking about firing. She fires in that right elbow. That's no good. There's no rebound as the horn sounds, and we were all knotted up here at the end of the third quarter. It's 63 all between the Panthers and the Hokies, and we are surely looking like we're going to get a great finish here in Blacksburg.
Absolutely. Daishanette Harris has not let this thing go down quite yet. She is aggressive, finding steals, finding points on the other end, and I love the way that she's able to facilitate this offense and create openings.
We'll take a little break here from 3304 Sports. When we come back, we got the fourth quarter between the Virginia Tech Hokies and the Pitt Panthers in this ACC women's basketball action. Hello, welcome back here to the fourth quarter between the Virginia Tech Hokies and the Pittsburgh Panthers here in Castle Coliseum for this ACC women's basketball opener. You're listening to 3304 Sports, and Shaakir, it was actually poor shooting from the Pittsburgh Panthers in that third quarter that really allowed the Hokies to come back, or was the Hokies defense stepping up?
Well, it was got to be a mix of both. The Virginia Tech Hokies have stepped up on aggression. They're giving them only low percentage shots. And that was an uncharacteristically low shooting percentage, shooting 28% from the field as opposed to 60% in the second quarter. And they still took 21 shots, so they're very desperate looking for those types of opportunities. They're just not finding them.
Well, Georgia Moore will check on in for the Virginia Tech Hokies to replace Deasia Green. Moore so far in this game, 2 of 4 from behind the arc, one of the better percentages amongst all Hokies. As Pitt will be breaking out their huddle there as the horn sounds. We got one more quarter basketball here in Shaakir, and we have a tie game in the final quarter. The message has to be, you win this quarter, you win this game.
100%. This is exactly what you want. You're basically starting with a clean slate of 0-0 at this point.
Amore feels a double team as she looks to Ennis but couldn't find a pass. Harris is the one who knocks it away from Amore's pass, and then Everett fires it to King. She can't get it one to go. Too much momentum from King of the Pitt Panthers, and she dragged her feet, and a travel was called on that play.
That was really great ball movement. Harris to Everett, Everett to King. Just a shame that that one couldn't finish for the Panthers.
9:36 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Not up at 63 apiece. Another poor pass in the Hokies, but this time Ennis was able to collect it and keep the possession on their end. Ennis now looking to give it to Kane. She does. She now gives it down low to Kittley. Kittley working on defender, and the whistle was blown before the shot went off. It's going to be a foul. It's going to be on Bakwe, I believe, for the Panthers. So that's a good job there for Kittley to draw that contact. Not smart by Pitt to start off this quarter. We're only 38 seconds in to already have a foul. Moore actually had a little struggle of collecting the ball given from the referee. She gives up to Asia Shepard, and that shot's well off, and it's rebounded by Bakwe. So that was the first shot we got to see from Asia Shepard since she returned from that knee collision. It didn't look that smooth, and now the Panthers had the ball going on the other end. That layup was too strong by, I believe that was Green. And she now gives it on over to Kittley. And Kittley will now give it on to Amore. Shepard going to fire from three, and she buries that one. So after a difficult shot that she had the last possession, she comes down and buries one to give the Hokies a 3-point lead.
Yeah, she's getting that rust off. Not a single shot in the third quarter, but here in the fourth quarter, opening up with quite a dominating presence.
The Hokies would love to have her back at that full speed and really try to start off the ACC season 1-0. Let's see what Everett thinks about that one, as it's too strong and rebounded by Ennis. Ennis will toss that one over to Amore, and she's pickpocketed by Green. Green now driving inside, and she takes the contact, and the charge is called. So Amore is the one who turns it over, but she gets back into position and draws the contact that Green delivered, and the Hokies had the possession. That's how you turn a bad play into a great one in just a matter of seconds.
Yeah, Kenny Brooks is not going to be happy about that turnover, but Amore does the next best thing, gets back, plays really good defense, and forces that charge call.
Remember, she's only a freshman. This is her first ever ACC game as well. We'll take a timeout here from Castle Coliseum as the Virginia Tech Hokies lead the Pitt Panthers 66-63. Welcome back here to 3304 Sports coverage of ACC women's basketball. We'll just give you a little heads up of what's going around the ACC at this time. Clemson and Virginia, the first ACC women's basketball matchup in the 2020-2021 season to come to an end. The Tigers pull out the 71-55 victory over the Cavaliers up in Charlottesville. So that's one result. We got an exciting one here down I-81 at Blacksburg at 66-63. Hokies on top of the Panthers. Shaakir, 8:21 to go here in this fourth quarter. How do both teams finish?
Well, this is a completely different setup to what we saw last quarter. Virginia Tech is now finding the opportunities with their players. Pitt is pushing the offense with their guards.
Amore driving it in. She kicks it back out to Kayla Keene. She's wide open in the corner and knocks it down. The Hokies have one of their largest leads in quite some time as they're up 69-63. Harris trying to look for a quick response, but she can't get there. It is rebounded by the Hokies, and now they bring it up the court. 6-point lead is their largest lead this game so far. Kittley thought about firing from deep, but she considers all otherwise. She now gives it over to Ennis, who finds Amore. Amore, Shepard, no good, and it's rebounded by the Panthers. A nice rebound there from Amber Brown. Panthers are going with all 5 of their starters right now. The Hokies have 4 of them in. Asia Jones is the one sitting out as Michaela Ennis has checked on in. 7:20 remaining. Kane is on Harris. Harris is going to find Everett, who's calling out for a screen here for Mbakwe. She gets that screen and fires inside. Ennis almost picked it off like a cornerback in the NFL, but now Gabby Green's going to fire from deep, and that's too strong as it's rebounded by Georgia Amore. 7 minutes remaining here in Castle Coliseum. Hokies up by 6, and a travel violation called on Asia Shepard before she can deliver the pass off to Kayla King.
Yeah, never stops and gets herself settled. tries to fake the shot and then pass over to King, and she just takes that one extra step. King has been phenomenal on that weak side, though, able to play the ball from the outside, playing where the ball isn't, finding those outlet passes. That's one of the reasons why she leads the team in scoring at 19 points.
She definitely does. 6 3-pointers on the day, 2 short of Asia Shepard's record that she sent last February in 2020. Panthers are the one with the ball now here with 12 seconds remaining on the shot clock as Harris has it on the logo. She gets a screen up top, and now she's going to drive inside and can't get the jumper from the elbow to go. It hit nothing, so the shot clock down to 2 seconds, and Green fighting for that ball with Shepard. Almost throws Shepard down on it. I mean, it's going to stay with the Pitt Panthers, but that's a well-earned basketball. 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. I believe that will go back up to 20 if I'm not mistaken there on a dead ball possession. But I believe if it stays at 2 seconds, the Panthers are going to have to draw up something quick.
Yeah, we'll stay at 2 seconds here.
Panthers give it inside. Jumper made. It's no good as the shot attempt went up there by Isaiah. Hokies are the ones with the rebound as Georgia Moore has it as she dribbles it up half court. She fakes the handoff to Shepard, drives on the right hand. She lays it up, but she is fouled. Well, that will be the 5th personal there on Cynthia Izeza, so that she will check out of this ball game. We read off her final stat line. 2 points to her name, 3 rebounds, 1 of 2 shooting, and now the Panthers are going to have to go without one of their more predominant forwards for their team.
Well, that's the 5'5" guard from Australia and Amori Georgia who made that play happen. That's some international ball for you, a lot more aggressive and a lot more damage, I should say, contact. That's the word I'm looking for. She fakes the hand up, but she's not afraid to go up with someone who's almost a foot taller than her and take that floating challenge. She doesn't come away with the basket, but she does get the foul, and that's exactly why she's such a dangerous point guard.
It's always big for teams to really attack that player that has the 4 personal fouls to take them out of the game. Amore does that, and on top of it, she buries both of her free throws. The Hokies are now up 71-63 on the Panthers. Hayford dribbles it around the perimeter as she hands it on over to Gabby Green. Gets a screen there from Mbakwe, and that shot is no good as it's rebounded by Hayford, who fights it, kicks it back out to Green. As we're under 6 minutes to go here in this 4th quarter. Shot clock is now down to 10 seconds. Harris trying to work it on King. She can't get anything to go as she dribbles back out, and the foul will be called on the floor. It will go against the Virginia Tech Hokies. In a team sense, that's only their first personal foul of the quarter, but it'll be Ennis's 2nd personal foul of the game.
Harris is really putting this team on her back, trying to make something happen, but they have not scored this quarter yet.
Strother comes on in for Gabby Green as the shot clock was reset to 20 seconds. Harris, nice handles, lays it on top, but can't get it to go. It's rebounded by Ennis, and she finds the outlet pass of Amore. Amore with the right hand dribbles it between her legs. She finds Kayla King. Kayla King back to Amore. She's calling over for Shepard. Shepard doesn't set the screen, and now she bounces it down low to Kittley. Kittley trying to work on it. A little razzle-dazzle, but can't get that one to go, and Harris collects the board. Harris not shying away from the transition. She finds an open Hayford and lays it up and in. At the 5:15 remaining mark, the Panthers finally get a basket to go in their favor, and it's 71-65 Virginia Tech. Kittley finds Kane. Kane's thinking 3. She buries it. Kayla King's 7th 3-pointer of this game. She is 7 of 12 from deep, and most importantly, it extends the Virginia Tech lead to 9.
This is the type of momentum they didn't have in the first half. Kayla King has come out shooting.
Hayford working on Kane as she finds her teammate on the wing. That's going to be Strother as she kicks it on back out to her teammate Harris. Harris has 5 seconds to work with on the shot clock. She's working on Keene. Step back 3, and that one's too strong as it's a rebound by Mbakwe, and she throws it back out to Harris, and they're going to reset the offense. 4:23 remaining. Virginia Tech up 9, 74-65 on the Panthers. Harris driving with the right hand, going inside, goes into Moore, and she draws it again. Georgia Moore for the 2nd time in this 4th quarter takes 2 charging calls, and they're huge in this game because now Virginia Tech has the ball with just over 4 minutes to go.
Amore has mastered challenging the aggression of Harris. Every time Harris goes in, Amore knows to look for that charge call. That's exactly what she did last time. That's exactly what she does here, and Virginia Tech come out with the ball.
So Harris steps out of the game amongst other four other starters as well, three other starters, Amber Brown, Gabby Green, and Mbakwe, as Virginia Tech is going with all five of their starters at the time being. A foul made there on the floor, as it's going to be on the Pittsburgh Panther player. I believe it might go on Jayla Everett here. Excuse me, on that one. And if anyone's really looking for the record books in this matchup so far, the one on the line right now for Virginia Tech, Kayla Keene, as she buries her first free throw, is one away from tying Asia Shepard's 3 points field goal made that she set on February 23rd and 2020. As she buries the second free throw. The highest that Virginia Tech has ever done is made 14 three-pointers as a team. They have 14 at this time right now. That came against George Washington only 9 days ago. Everett's the ball for the Panthers at this time, working it past King. Good spin move, throws it up, can't get that one to go, and it's rebounded by Georgia Amore. Amore is up by, Hokies up by 11, but that's going to slow him down. Looks at Shepard, can't do that one, gives it to King. King gives it to Kittley. Kittley's got a wide open Georgia Amore. Does she have it? Yes, she does. Georgia Amore buries that three-pointer. It is 15 made by the Virginia Tech Hokies, and they have steamrolled their way past the Panthers in this second half. 4 of 6 from behind the arc in this fourth quarter. It's all Hokies now as they're up 79-65.
This is looking like the Virginia Tech team that finished number 4 in the ACC last season. In this fourth quarter, Andy, they are outscoring the Panthers 16-2.
I mean, it's unbelievable. 16-2. That's exactly the numbers you want to put up here. We mentioned it was a tied ball game, believe it or not, at the end of the third quarter, where it was 63 all. Panthers have only have one basket to go on their 11 shots. Their offense has just flattened out so far in the second half. Something happened in that locker room, but for Virginia Tech, their three-point shooting came alive. They shot 4 of 11 from behind the arc in that second quarter alone. Going into the second half, they are now 7 of 13. The record is 16, actually. I said 14. They have 15 made right now at this time. Kayla King with 7 on her own. We haven't seen that from Shepard, of course. But then also, you look at this game, and how did it get away from the Panthers?
Well, when we talked about Virginia Tech wanting to flip the script, apparently something happened that made Pitt want to do the same as well. The first quarter, they were shooting 85% from the field, which is outstanding. They are now shooting 9% from the field. They've only made one basket in here, and it's because Virginia Tech is stepping up to the plate defensively, is making Pitt play sloppy basketball.
3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in this fourth quarter. As Panthers are the one with the ball, as Harris drives it inside. Good move to get Amore away from her, but she can't knock down that jumper. So Virginia Tech has the ball and up by 14. Can't imagine them to really keep on putting their pedal to the metal here. Might want to work the clock in their favor a bit. But the Hokies now with possession. Kittley was on the one out by the wing. It was almost poked away there from Houston. And a charging call will be made here from the Virginia Tech Hokies. Asia Shepard will be the one responsible for that. It's her first personal foul of the game. Great to see Tracy Houston step on in for the Pitt Panthers. Grew up in the 540. She went to high school in Roanoke. That high school was Northside High School, where she finished 3rd in the record books for career scoring in only 3 seasons there.
It was a nice little homecoming for her. Her family in the stands. Limited attendance, of course.
Was in the area and decided to stop by. She gets her first action this game. The Panthers now working it down to 5 seconds on the shot clock. Everett's got to work from Keene. Step back, triple. And she knocks that one down. A big shot from Jayla Everett. It's her 6th three-pointer of the game. She's been fairly quiet in this fourth quarter, along with many Panthers. It cuts the Hokies' lead down to 11. Georgia Amore takes it past half court, which is important for them not to get that backcourt violation. And now Kittley's the one with the ball. She's swarmed by Panthers, and the ball will go the other way. As they say that Kittley used a little bit of her arm there to create separation, and that one will go against the sophomore.
Well, time is running out for Pitt, but that same energy we saw early on in this game is back. The bench is standing up, cheering. All of their players are clapping. That shot from Everett might have reignited something, but is it too little too late?
11 points and 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. That's what the Panthers need to do here in Blacksburg.
They need Tracy McGrady.
That would be a great pull. Maybe it'll come from Everett. Maybe it'll come from Harris. Let's see who it comes from. Gabby Green thinking three. That one can't go, as it's a rebounded there from Kayla Keene, and she finds Georgia Moore. Green not shying away from the score yet, and a great dribble right there from Georgia Moore to put it behind her back and to get it past half court. Keene bounce pass to Shepard. That's too much. Great hustle from the Pitt Panther Hayford, but the Hokies are the one with the possession. Shepard loses the ball as she's driving inside the paint, but a foul is committed on the play, as Shepard is frustrated at the time as she walks on over past the baseline. As she walks back in, the referee talking to her.
Well, she's had a tough game. She went out just before halftime. She's had a couple of fouls that she wasn't happy about. She's still putting on quite the performance, all things considered. 15 points for her, so she should be happy with it, but you can tell that she wanted to bring more to this game.
She'll have an opportunity to add 2 points to her name as she's going to the line for two. The Pitt Panthers have 6 fouls committed in this fourth quarter. Shepard buries her first free throw on this trip to the line. She's 3 of 3 so far in the game, and the Hokies reach 80. It's 80-68 here in Castle Coliseum. A minute and 36 remaining in this ACC season opening contest for both teams. Shepard buries the second free throw, and now it's 81-66. Coach Kenny Brooks for the Hokies will call a timeout to discuss things over here for the last 96 seconds in this game. Shaakir, the Hokies did their job in this fourth quarter, 18-5 outscoring the Panthers team. Who do you look at in this game and say that was the defining player?
Normally when you look at this Virginia Tech roster, you look at Asia Shepard, you look at Elizabeth Kittley, both of them all ACC preseason picks. This game, I'm looking at Kayla King, 24 points. She's had a couple of slumps this season in her shooting, but we all know that she's an all-star three-point shooter. She can play that weak side so well, and this time when the team needed her most, she came out and she hit the shots she needed to, especially when the rest of the team was, quite frankly, shooting less than what they normally would be.
She's only shot three-pointers so far in this game, but she's done a great job of it. 7 of 12. A minute 34 remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Virginia Tech Hokies up 81-68 over the Panthers. That pass gets away from Everett as it was delivered by Hayford. It'll go off of Everett's hands, and now it'll be Virginia Tech basketball with a minute 26 remaining.
Everett has 21 points in the game. Harris has 22. Both of them showed up, but they can't do it alone. No one else from Pitt seems to have been picking up that mantle.
Georgia Moore is the one who brings up the court for the Hokies. Now handed off to King. King will keep on dribbling as she finds Jones. Kayla King thought about shooting it, but she'll just pass it back on out to Georgia Moore. Moore gets a high screen from Jones as she stays about in the top of the perimeter with 10 seconds on the shot clock. She fires it, and that one gets a nice shooter's bounce. It just died on the back of the iron and rolled on in as we're in the final minute as Virginia Tech is now up 83-68. Hayford with the ball. She gives it on down low to her fellow Pitt Panther, Amber Brown, and that's an aggressive basket made there from Brown. It's only her second shot of the game. It falls in, and she'll have a trip to the line for two.
Jones makes the critical mistake that a lot of bigs make. It's so easy to make. You put your hands straight up, but the moment you start to come down with it, it's so easy to get contact, and that'll send her to the line. That'll send Brown to the line.
2 of 4 from the line today. Make that 3 of 5 as she knocks it down. Her total is up to 7 points. 48.4 seconds remaining here in this fourth quarter. Pitt bench telling them that don't give up yet on that four-court press as Georgia Moore will look to maneuver her way through that Panthers defense. She does with ease as now she's just on top of the perimeter. Still a 17-second differential between the play clock and the shot clock, so not the last possession here in this game so far, but Moore is taking her time. Moore will get the high screen there from Kittley. She finds Kayla King. King going to line it up, fires it, and fouled on the play. She can't get it to go down, but she'll have 3 free throws coming up. That might have been her last shot to, tying her fellow teammate Asia Shepard's three-point made record. but I think she'll go to the line and still try to make it 27 the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, she'll have to take a shot for each one, though, this time. That's the only difference. But I think she'll be happy with this one.
The Virginia Tech Hokies in this game have made 15 three-pointers. They entered this week with the most three-pointers out of all the Power 5 conferences with 55. Arkansas had 48 coming in this week. An impressive number again, and surely this will help them keep that lead going forward with the 15 they've knocked down today. Kayla Keene, talking about knocking them down, has made her first 2 free throws at this trip. She looks to make it 3 and a game-high 27. She's able to do that with a nice bounce off the front of the iron and goes on in. And now the Panthers will be looking to really get some consolation points here as they throw it away. It's off of Hayford, and now it'll be Virginia Tech possession.
Well, I like that Pitt is still here to play basketball. They're not laying down. They're not giving in. It's all about learning when games like this come to an end, especially against an ACC opponent. How does your team react when you're down? Which players are willing to step up? What kinds of mistakes are you making? What are you forgetting when you're on the court? Those are all the types of things that Lance White gets to walk out of here with, learning more and more about this team.
Let's look into a little future of the schedule here as Coach Kenny Brooks calls a 30-second timeout for the Hokies. Next, they got some tough competition. They go to Notre Dame on the 17th, then take on Virginia at home, then followed at a tough trip at Duke, and then a headliner matchup against NC State on January 7th, and then at Georgia Tech on the 10th. So they go road, home, road, home, road. But that NC State matchup, following a tough Duke one, will surely be a great couple of days there for Virginia Tech to see what they're truly made of.
Yeah, and getting a win like this, especially in conference play, is great for building that confidence, building that momentum. When you're going up against these really tall teams, or really dominant teams, that's exactly what you need.
The inbound from Georgia Moore finds Kayla Keene, and she's found the play there by Harris. So that will send her to the line for opportunity for getting some more points here before the end of the game. 18.1 seconds remaining. It's 86-71 Virginia Tech over Pittsburgh. And it looks like the Pittsburgh Panthers will make it 0-8 in ACC opening matchups. This one, you might see it on paper as a 15 to 17 point loss, depending on how the final outcome goes with a couple of shots as Kayla Keene makes the first one. But Shaakir, that first half team that Pitt brought out was an excellent bunch. It's just something happened at halftime.
Yeah, when you get tired, it's harder to make those smart plays, to make those easy shots. A lot of times that Pitt have given up. But if they continue to push it, this could be a dangerous team that finishes in a much better position than they were predicted to.
Key made the free throw, and then Everett brought it down. She fired the 3, and it was no good. And now Georgia Moore will just dribble it on out for Virginia Tech. And that will do it here from Castle Coliseum. A true win to really see what Coach Kenny Brooks' team is made up of. Being down by so much in that first half, comes back out in the second, takes a lead, and dominates thereout. It's a Virginia Tech 88-71 victory over the Pittsburgh Panthers. The score might say 17-point differential, Shaakir, but it was much, much more different than that.
Yeah, each quarter was really its own game. You look at the first half, Pitt takes that one. The first quarter, they lead by 7. The second, they lead by 1. If you look at the third quarter, the Hokies, they start to flip the script. And now, this is the Hokies' domination that we've seen all season long. They improved to 6-0. They maintain that undefeated. And a lot of people like to throw away that non-conference, say, you know, you're not playing against ACC caliber teams, and that's true. But a win here gets us started off on the right foot. And Virginia Tech can now say that, yes, they deserve that undefeated title, even if it is against Pitt.
Head coach Lance White came into this one with an 18-47 overall record. It hasn't been the greatest tender for him at Pittsburgh, but I think he has a good team here, and they've only had 3 ACC wins through the last 2 seasons. I'm seeing them really get some wins going their way this year.
Yeah, this is a team that I think is still rebuilding. Lance White has only been with this team for 3 years. You look at their coaching staff, only 2 or 3 years of experience at Pitt. So the fact that they're able to come out here, not get the win, but play such an aggressive first half, shots dropping like they were, shooting at 85% from the field, going 5 for 5 from outside. Those are positive signs that you could see Pitt turning a new leaf this season against probably a really strong Virginia Tech team who is picked to finish 7th, but has some of the pieces to even go higher than that.
Their next 5 games are going to be quite tough for them, though. They host Clemson on December the 13th, and then December 28th, they go down to Florida State. New Year's Eve, they take on Boston College at home, followed by another home matchup against North Carolina, and then a tough road trip to at Louisville. So it's going to not be the greatest start for them in ACC play, but tough opposition. If they're able to squeak 1 or 2 wins in there, that could build a lot of momentum for them going on down the stretch.
Yeah, that's the curse of the ACC. When you play at this level, you're always playing against one of the best countries or best teams in the country, and that's going to be the case for Pitt, constantly getting challenged. And shinings like this, even if they come away with the loss, are still bright spots. And if they can squeak by a win against a really tough team, that could be good news for them as they head into a potentially easier part of the schedule a little bit later on.
Well, that's going to wrap up the ACC season opening matchup between both teams. It's Virginia Tech 88, it's Pittsburgh 71. The Hokies go 1-0 in the ACC. The Panthers fall to 0-1. That will do it here from 3304 Sports. My name is Andy Loce. I had the pleasure to be joined by Shaakir Janmohammad, and we're going to call it a night here from Castle Coliseum. Once again, 88-71 Virginia Tech over the Pittsburgh Panthers. Have a great night, everybody.